Hi everyone, Aiden here with eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install this CIPA Universal Clip-On Towing Mirror on our 2023 Chevrolet Tahoe. So the purpose of a towing mirror is to give you a better sense of where you are in the road, expanding your field of view. Right now I'm here in the factory mirror, and if I walk over to my left, you'll slowly start to see me disappear from that factory mirror and then appear over in the towing mirror. So what it's doing is expanding our field of view out to the side and helping us see into our blind spot, making things like turns, lane changes, or backing up your trailer or camper a lot easier. Right away, I do want to point out that although I like this mirror, it's not the best fit for the Tahoe. If you look at the clips on the mirror housing, you'll notice that in the bottom left, this one isn't grabbing on very well to the mirror housing, and then the one up on the top, even the one next to it, there's a pretty substantial gap right there, leaving some room for movement. And that's really just because of the actual shape of the factory mirror and the points of adjustment we have on the towing mirror. Because of that, it's not the best fit, and there is a little bit of wiggle room, so I would look into some other options. CIPA's got plenty that fit just fine. I would look for ones that have a little bit more movement behind the mirror housing or any of the K-source mirrors. Aside from that though, what I really like is the large size of the mirror. So when you are looking at other options, I would definitely look into something that has a large face like this, because it just makes things a lot easier to see because we can see more in it. It's also a flat face mirror, so while it doesn't give us a really wide field of view, it is much more accurate in the reflections that it shows compared to a convex mirror, which will cause some distortion. Because of the ball joint on the back, there is room for adjustment, tilting it up and down, left and right, or turning it fully to the side like this for a more landscape view and seeing out even further to the side. Around back, it's held in place with these rubber straps, which aren't going to damage the paint underneath them, and even though the clips on the front aren't fitting the best, they do get a strong hold on the mirror housing. There's some side-to-side movement that some of the other towing mirrors that we tested didn't have, but overall, I don't think it's going to come off. You just might experience a lot more shock and vibration and shakiness in the mirror when you are going down the road. With these in place, they do stick out a fair bit, but you can still fold up the factory mirror just fine. So for pulling into a parking space where space is pretty tight, you can fold these up. You don't have to fully uninstall them and then reinstall them when you're ready to hit the road again. Just fold up the mirror and fold it out when you're done. The install process on these is really straightforward and pretty much in line with any of the other mirror options you can check out. So whether you go with these or another pair that fits better, that install process is going to be pretty much the same. So let's check it out now. The first thing you want to do for your install is check out any points of adjustment you have on the actual mirror. On this one, there's a couple to look at. The arms here swing open. Those we can adjust really on the fly. Before we go to that though, we want to take a look at this knob. Loosening this up will open up the mirror itself to slide up and down along the slotted hole, as well as opening up these arms a bit wider if need be. For our application today though, I'm going to have these closed up, and I'm just going to position the mirror at the bottom of that slotted hole. If you've got a different position you want them in, you can by all means do that. And you will notice that the mirror is a bit offset in the mounting right there. So I've got it set so that we've got more of that bit that's aside from the ball joint up top. With everything in position, we can put it over the mirror housing with these lips grabbing on the inside lip of our factory mirror. So I'll just position it over and get these arms adjusted. Right about there is looking pretty good for us. And what I'm going to do is take these straps and stretch them over the factory mirror housing, maybe loosening them up a bit if I need to. Just 1 or 2 notches for us right now is probably going to be just fine, because you do want there to be some tension on these. And just hook it onto the tab up top. After you do one, it's pretty easy to just do the same thing with the other one right there. And then I always like to make sure that the clips are still clipped onto the lip of the mirror and everything's holding fairly solid. There is a little bit of movement, but we can't get the mirror any smaller or more condensed here, and I think that's what the problem is. So overall, it's definitely not the best fit in the world, but it is holding. And that'll do it for our look at and installation of this CIPA universal clip-on towing mirror. It's really not the best fit for the Tahoe just because I think it's meant for a larger mirror with all that expansion we can get out of this section right here. I'd recommend looking into any of CIPA's other options. We've test fit a lot of these today and they worked pretty well. But the ones that I thought got the best fit were the case source ones. Those ones have a ratcheting mechanism in the back, and it just got a really strong hold on the mirror housing, and it worked really well with the Tahoe. So if you're looking for a universal mirror that's gonna fit well and be really strong, that's the route I would go. Thanks for watching.